Locking you on a Flintridge area, 210 freeway eastbound. You want to stay off the 210 if you can avoid it for now. We don't know where this pursuit's going. We don't know if the driver is trying to get back to a familiar place or just trying to escape the LA area. We just don't know. So we're gonna stay on top of this, and we will find out when you will find out when we find out where this pursuit is going. Eastbound 210, kind of in that area between the Tujunga area and La Crescenta. That is an LAPD unit, but they are asking for the CHP to take over. No off-ramps right away, but we're heading towards Pasadena, eastbound on the 210 freeway. This is that stretch as you head into the Crescenta Valley, where there are really no off-ramps to speak of on the eastbound side. And traffic conditions are pretty light. I'm going to zoom out here and show you kind of what's going on with the traffic. It is very, very light there. More police cars involved in this pursuit than other vehicles on the eastbound side. Approaching La Tuna Canyon, eastbound side of the 210 freeway, the Foothill Freeway. This is a 211 suspect, armed robbery. That's what the driver is suspected of. We're seeing lights on the vehicle now, so that's a little bit of a good thing that allows some warning for drivers up ahead when this suddenly comes up upon them from behind. We don't have any word of how many. Actually, one occupant. They're saying one occupant in this vehicle. So we believe that there's only a driver, no passengers. And again, this person wanted in connection with an armed robbery, 211 armed robbery. Not sure what was stolen. But we're on the eastbound side of the 210 approaching Lowell now. And this is that area where, it kind of bridges the gap from LA over to Pasadena through the Crescenta Valley. And I'm going to quickly take care of some housekeeping here. Lead car there, that's an LAPD unit. But I hear the dispatchers making arrangements for the LAPD to drop out and completely hand it over to the CHP. You can always tell in Southern California, at least, it's very clear to see identify various police agencies versus the CHP. The CHP has one white door, where the LAPD and other agencies have two on each side, so that makes it a little easier. There you see the CHP coming up, and they are moving into position. So the CHP, they have the expertise for freeways, and we're not even in the city of LA anymore, so it makes sense to hand this off to the CHP. They can pretty much follow this pursuit up and down the state of California if it really came to that. CHP offices are everywhere in the state. Eastbound 210. I'll have a cross street for you in just a moment. That is a silver Ford Mustang, not traveling at any great speed, but it is certainly a failure to yield on the part of the driver. Again, that driver wanted in connection with a armed robbery, a 211. This is yet, as I mentioned, the fourth pursuit that originated, at least, in the San Fernando Valley in just 24 hours. 210 freeway eastbound approaching Windsor. And, okay. 10-4, thank you. The CHP, they're staying pretty far back, and one advantage to that tactic is to kind of let the driver calm down and not be forced into situations that could be really dangerous for the driving public. They're not quite in tracking mode, but they're certainly giving him some room to breathe. He's not driving in any really wild, crazy fashion like we saw over the past 24 hours in those other pursuits in the valley. Coming up to more traffic. You see that right lane there. A lot of traffic there as far as heading into Pasadena. So I'm going to pull out for just a second. And you can see there is a lot of traffic, or at least more than we've seen so far in this pursuit. Oh, he did a little switcheroo there, trying to throw the CHP off his track. That's the divider, if you will, between the 210 and the 134. Approaching heavy traffic. They are talking about if this gets stuck in traffic, to be prepared for the driver to jump out and run. That's what they're prepping for right now, because there is traffic ahead. I'm going to pull out just for a second there. Well, it's not right ahead, so 210 past the 134. So we are now eastbound on the 210 in the San Gabriel Valley. It started in the San Fernando Valley. A 211 armed robbery suspect. Not showing any signs of giving up. He's getting off the freeway. Let's see what that exit is. I believe Del Mar. He's off the 210 freeway. So now we're going to see something different. Down on surface streets, heavy traffic up ahead. So this car is really going to be kind of stuck. Well, it looks like he found some open lanes there on the right. That's Del Mar, the Del Mar exit off the 210 freeway eastbound. And now we're crossing over the freeway. And apparently we're getting back on. Only this time it's going to be on the westbound side. Westbound side of the 210 freeway. It looks like there's some lights on in there. I do, as reported, see one set of hands up on the steering wheel. Don't see anybody else on the passenger side. So far, speeds have been pretty calm. We're looking at about 60 miles an hour right now. Nothing like the wild, crazy pursuits we saw in various parts of the San Fernando Valley last night. We're in the far left lane, eastbound side of the 210 freeway. We're past Hill, coming up on Allen, and a lot of, I'm just going to pull out really quickly just to give you a taste of what's up ahead. A lot of traffic. So we've got folks on the Gold Line actually looking out the window and seeing a pursuit, kind of slowly making their way by the train. We're approaching Altadena, eastbound side of the Foothill Freeway. Now he's having to dodge some traffic, getting in that carpool lane, because the main line pretty stopped, or slowly getting stopped. We're starting to really get into the thick of that, what's left of the going home drive here on the 210 freeway. Now, this is going to be a situation where we might see, unfortunately, the driver do whatever it takes to get away, and we're starting to see that sort of behavior, some quick lane changes. All right. We're still trying to see up ahead. Looks very heavy. It does. We've got a lot of slow traffic here, so he's going to jump into that carpool lane. They're talking about running a traffic brake in the Baldwin Park area if this continues eastbound. But right now, he's making some changes. Now, this may be... looks like he's trying to get off the freeway, possibly because of all the stop traffic up ahead. We continue eastbound here. and some very heavy traffic now. So he's obviously keeping the option available to get off the freeway by staying in that right lane. It looks like we are getting off the freeway. This might be Madre. Yeah. I'm going to try to see what we can see in there. Again, no report of any passengers, just the driver, solo occupant. We understand, again, that this was an armed robbery, 211 suspect. And now this driver appears to be pulling over. Okay, so there's no traffic up ahead of him. It looks like he is yielding, pulling over. At this point, officers will be on their PA system, very, very explicitly telling the driver what they want him to do. Usually involves throwing the keys out and then following some detailed, there go the keys. So that vehicle no longer has keys. They'll usually also often tell the drivers to put both hands outside of the window so they can see them. There we go, both hands outside of the window. Then they'll instruct the driver to open the door from the outside and slowly get out. That's what we're seeing right there. Probably walk backwards towards the patrol units. Right now, it would appear the driver's doing all the right things here. This exit, I don't want to get off the shot here, but it looks like it's Michillinda. Now he's backing up. He is complying with the officer's instructions. So he's lifting his shirt up. That's the next thing. They want to make sure that he's not armed with something in his waistband. So they almost always ask the suspects to lift their shirts up. Now he's facing them, lifting his shirt up again. And they will probably have him turn around one more time and slowly back up towards the CHP units. The LAPD is still here in terms of the airship above, the air support. CHP does have helicopters, but they're not involved in this pursuit. Slowly making his way back towards the patrol cars. That freeway, just full of all that traffic, was apparently enough to convince this suspect that he wasn't really going to get anywhere. So they're making him walk all the way back. Now, once he's handcuffed, they will also clear the car, which means just to make sure there's nobody else in that car that they don't know about. They'll treat it as if there is someone in that car. Now, as he's held at gunpoint, at least one of the officers, possibly two, will move in and put handcuffs on him. Being instructed to hold his arm out to the side. And again, this pursuit started in LAPD's Devonshire Division. We don't know if that's where the robbery occurred. Some sort of armed robbery started this entire pursuit off.